is up and welcome to the Trep Tech Podcast. I am one of two amazing hosts, Scott Doucette. My accolades speak for themselves. If you've been listening to the show so far, you know that I have way too much on the go at all times. And my equally guilty counterpart, the currently laughing at me, the always kind of going her own way and doing her own thing and still coming up with the same results I do, and the always looking for, how do I put it, the next golden opportunity to make a big difference in someone's life, Airial Renal. Hey, what's up, Airial?
I love that. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am surprisingly chipper today.
Okay.
I don't know. My family is currently in the throes of just like a hectic day, and I've been heightened as a result of it. But once I sat down on the mic, I was like, oh, I am so glad to be here. Like, it just feels
Oh,
really good to be on the mics today. So it's put me in a good mood. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. No matter how nervous I am, I'll teeter into my office, turn on my mic, turn on Zoom, and I'm like, if we just talk for 5 minutes, I'll be okay. The nervousness will be out, and so I'm good. We've done our talk, done our chit chat, and ready to go.
So are you like one of those singers who experiences stage fright before they get on?
Probably. That would probably be a yes.
Yeah, I know some people, like, before their quote unquote performance, before their recording, before whatever it is they're doing, they do get a little bit of the nerves. And I've always
Yep.
found that really cute and interesting because I don't experience that. I just,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh man, you care about your performance so much that you get like super nervous about it. That's where I've seen it come from, I guess. It's like, I really want this to go well, so I'm nervous.
Mm. And
But
you're just like, whatever.
I don't know. It's like I kick the door to my office in and I'm like, well, we're here now. Let's sit down. Let's do this thing. It's gonna go how it goes. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Either way, it's going on the air. Let's do this.
And you know you can edit anything that you don't want out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've said some things on this show I probably should have edited out and didn't. So there's a lot of
Hey,
that too.
no, that's okay. I like real and raw.
Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about what you've currently got on the go, but then I want to answer a very big question that keeps resurfacing. You're the perfect person to talk about this with because it feels like you are forever in this phase of business. And
Really? Okay.
yeah, I mean that as a compliment because some people, they develop their products and then they get to a certain place where they're comfortable and then they just stop. that's
Ah,
that's when things get difficult. What you have on the go right now, if I'm not mistaken, you have the Podcast Success Toolkit, which just launched and we've been talking about like crazy. You've got the Tech Concierge, which is an ongoing done for you service related thing. You're currently in the process of launching a very, very low ticket, easy access, one to many product, which is the Template Club. Can you talk to me a little bit about that so I have a better understanding of what it is?
yeah, the $9 a month Thrive Cart Template Club. As many people listening, they probably already know Thrive Cart is a cart system, a checkout system, and they have an amazing affiliate platform. And you can design beautiful sales pages within the cart itself, which takes out the need or the immediate need for having a website or anything else. And then ThriveCart also launched the Learn Plus platform, which is this learning management platform. So for one lifetime payment, you
Oh,
can get ThriveCart and Learn. And then, of course, you can upgrade to Pro or Plus on both of them, but it's still well worth it. And you don't have to worry about, paying and dishing out money every month for it. And I did write a blog post about it and about ConvertBox as well. And we will drop those links in the show notes. But yeah, I decided because you can find ThriveCart templates, they're getting better, but some of them I haven't really just liked. Also, they can get pretty expensive. I helped launch a client of mine back in, I think it was like September, October timeframe. And she was doing a $14 a month membership for private label write templates. I kept thinking, what could I do for just $9? Low ticket, very low ticket. And I was like, nothing I do can be that low. I mean, tech concierge is already low. I played around with the idea, kept thinking about it. And then one day it popped in my head. It was like Thrive card templates. That'll be great. That's where that stemmed from. Currently under wait list. By the time this releases, it will probably be full on going and people ready to purchase and sign up for it. What other questions do you have about it?
Beautiful. So I've seen your templates because obviously, like, I've looked through the podcast success kit quite a bit by now, I hope. Uh, but it is an absolutely gorgeous piece. It's laid out beautifully. It's easy. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's such a strong format and it's so interactive and so nicely done that it doesn't surprise me that when you look at other templates, you're like, oh, oh, like, no, this isn't going to do it all. So yeah, go figure, you would make your own high quality stuff to shell out to people. I love the fact that it's $9 a month and you get whatever you need for it. That's really slick. And in your case, it's very low involvement too, which is nice. So you're not killing yourself over a very low ticket product.
Right,
So
right.
I love that. Of course, link to that is going to be in the show notes as well. So you can catch the blog post on ThriveCart and ConvertBox, and then you can also catch the sales page for this template kit for ThriveCart.
Yep.
That leads me to what I've got going on. If you don't know by now, I work a full-time corporate job that I recently just got. Reason why is because self-employment, government doesn't really like it, and daddy wants expensive things. So I went and got a corporate job, which they kind of headhunted me for, which was great. It was really cool. They wanted someone with business and management experience, and they unfortunately got me. Haha. Yeah, they did not know what they did. They're learning now. We recently had a bunch of meetings, and they're like, "Oh shit, we hired this guy." One, I'm thrilled. But two, it's been nice to like get to know people on a more intimate level. But what they've tasked me with is fucking hilarious, which is drumming up new customers. And that's me. You know me. That's not necessarily my forte. I'll talk to a customer
You
we've already
say
got.
that. You
Yeah.
say that.
Here's the fun part. I'll talk to a customer I've already got all day long. You're one of my customers and have been. You know that when I get a customer, we become friends.
Yeah.
And then you're my favorite person to do business with. And it happens at the store too. I've got
Same
my
here.
regulars that come in and I sell them things and they love me for it and we get along great. Long story short, I have that. I have Podcast Bay, which is production services, also done for you, also ongoing, similar to Airial's Tech Concierge. My son is crying in the background.
So
I
drumming
have,
up new customers.
yeah, that's it. That's been my thing is I've been asked to go out and find new customers for the corporate business. I do want a couple more for Podcast Bay right now, just to give my editor some work because he wants a little more stability. And I think he deserves that. So I'm going to go find some more clients for him to edit. So now I've also got involvement with the Podcast Success Toolkit, which is similar to ThriveCart, right? You buy it once, it's yours forever. And it's got all of these components and pieces that help you just produce a better show and get it out to more people and ideally convert from it so that you're selling your services or your products or whatever it is. I need to drum up new customers in 3 different avenues of my life. Similar to you, you've got at least 3 different things that you want to drum up new customers for too. So how do you do it?
Ooh, good question. You're putting me on the spot. So let's start with the tech concierge. That's an ongoing thing. And most of the customers that I get from that is from either doing free custom domains in exchange for a testimonial through Member Vault. And that's a big driver. And then once me and that person connect or get on a Zoom call, then we kind of build that friendship because I'm that friendship driven person as well. And they always ask me, what else do I do? So then I tell them about anything tech for online business owners, pretty much.
Okay.
And that's an ongoing thing because, of course, you have people who drop off, you have new people signing up. That's an ongoing thing. When it kind of gets quiet, I'll go in Member Vault, answer some questions. I'll go in ThriveCart, answer some questions. These are Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And see if I find someone who is reaching out that needs help with their tech stuff. I offer that help.
Okay, so
So
you're
that's for
talking
the
about
tech
like
concierge.
very niche, so social media for starters, but very niche down groups where you do proactive outreach and service.
Yes.
Okay,
And
and
then
you have
also I've
retail
set up an
leadership there.
affiliate program. So one of my long-term customers, she has been referring people as well. She posted in one of the Facebook groups that she's a part of. And she said, people have been asking, how do you get your tech done? Who helps you? And she dropped my name and some good nuggets. I recently had a customer come from that post. That's how that keeps going.
Beautiful. So referrals as well.
Yes.
In my opinion, referrals is not always consistent or bankable. They're great when they come, but if you're not actively out there doing things like you're doing with the proactive outreach, there is a way to prompt referrals, but if you're not willing to go out there and do that, then you're basically at the whim and mercy of whenever someone decides to remember you, and that's not predictable. But like
Oh,
Ariel said, it is on she's getting referrals on top of a proactive strategy. She goes
so
out and serves.
tell us more about prompting referrals. What do you mean by that?
For one thing that I do probably annually at least is I will go out to previous clients of mine or current clients of mine who had a really good experience, and I will ask them, "Hey, you're an incredible client because you get a solid quality, you always have your stuff batched in advance." So like I point out stuff that I like about them. Your content is always thought provoking. It's timely. When we get it, we have enough time to do what we need to do. You give us clear direction. You're always joyful to work
Oh,
with. You pay your
fucking
bills on
brilliant.
time.
I
You
see where
know,
this is going.
you pay your bills on time, and that's the most important one because I've got bills that need to get paid on time, and I love you for that. You make a list of all the things you love about them as a client, and they're like, "Oh my God, I feel so good." And then you're like, "Is there anyone exactly like you?" Because birds of a feather flock together. Is there anyone in your network just like you can refer me to because I want to serve people just like you?
Mic drop.
That'll prompt a referral because if someone goes, "Oh my God, yeah, my friend wants to start a podcast and they're going to need someone, so I'll connect you."
And you've
And
already told the qualities that you're looking for in a client.
absolutely. So they know that if someone is going to wait to the last minute or is flaky on their bills, isn't going to invest in the coaching or the equipment to put out a good show, they're not even going to bother because I've already pre qualified what I'm looking for.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may
So
have to incorporate that into my proactive promo and answering questions and stuff and see how it works.
personally, now this is for anyone who loves calls. I find it works best on a call. One, it gives you a great keep in touch point. If you're ever looking for an excuse to get someone on a call, this is an excuse because
Mm.
no one's going to say no to a call where someone gets on the other line and goes, "You're fucking great." And you know why? I will take 8 of those calls a day, every day for the rest of my life, 100%. They may lead nowhere, but I will feel incredible at the end of every workday.
So just to clarify, you mean asking for that referral
Yeah.
over a phone call? Okay.
Absolutely. Zoom call, phone call, whatever. But because I find it gives you a great reason to keep in touch and having the at least the voice there to go back and forth on. You and I know we can talk over Messenger all day long, but until we get our voices on the phone at the very least, it doesn't feel like true connection. It doesn't feel like
Right.
we're having that energetic exchange. And so I find the phone very powerful for sales for that reason.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that strategy note to self.
Yeah, absolutely. It works for me at least. And because we are 100% a referral based business, I'm moving out into other things. But because I'm referral based, I do rely on that prompt and it is a once per year thing because it always brings leads in. If I convert those leads or not depends on a lot of factors. But I
Right.
always, always, always get my name dropped into somebody's pocket.
Which is good because even if they don't convert that year or within those couple of months, you're now on their radar at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's part of what's been asked of me at work. At my corporate job is my regional manager reached out and said, "Hey Scott, you're just the guy for this job." And I was like, "Oh no." I
Mm.
was like, this means that they're going to hand me something aggressive. What is it? And they were like, we want you to go through our database and put together some call lists and get on the phone and
Oh, wow.
try to bring in old customers and old refunds.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And that's something else that I want to focus on is, nurturing my email list,
Mm.
nurturing my people, reaching out to past clients and past customers and refunds and all that kind of stuff.
Yep, because even reaching out to a refund, that person might have refunded because they didn't like what you were offering that time, or they might have needed the money that time in their life and they couldn't continue to pay you, and now they're in a better place, or that product didn't align with them, but a product you have now certainly does, or you left a bad taste in their mouth and you have to go back and make that right. It gives you the opportunity because when you're being proactive and you call, you're like, hey, you refunded one of my products. I really want some feedback. And I would
Yep.
love to get you on a call and chat with you if you're open to it and discuss why that was, because I think I could learn a lot from losing you as a customer.
And I did that with a client not too long ago. She sent this long email with her feedback, and I really appreciate it. Of course, it hurt my feelings a little bit, but hey,
Absolutely.
ego. She ended up referring someone to me, sending someone my way because I implemented some of the things she suggested, like an onboarding call, for instance, which was simple. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Why haven't I been doing it? So she sent someone my way, and I've been working with her for a few months. And the lady herself said that she will probably come back whenever she has her next launch. Those people who have asked for refunds or didn't get along with, well, there's a caveat, there's an asterisk to that, or who stopped, past clients who just stopped their subscription or whatever, they're not lost. You
No.
just may need to come back at a time where they're ready or more ready.
Yeah. And I find the best way to figure that out is instead of coming back and being like, are you ready to buy again? Ask them. I'd love to talk about the refund because I'm at a point in my business where I need to learn what I'm doing wrong. I did a lot of
Mhm.
I figured out what to do right, but I did a lot of things wrong and I want to figure out how to fix that. And people are going to be more than open with their suggestions. So have steel ovaries or brass balls when you do this because it's going to suck. It's going to bruise your fragile pear skin, your little peachy skin. It's going to hurt. But then when you get past the hurt and you read through those emails and
Our
they're like,
chocolate skin, but okay.
yeah, and they're like and they're like, "Listen, you made me feel unheard when or you
Mm,
made me feel like just another sale, or you didn't take the time to really clarify or explain this thing and it made me feel like you didn't care." When you reach out and you're like, "Hey, you refunded my product and I care about you, so I want to know what you're saying." That is proactive outreach again, but it's also
yep.
saying, "I care about you." And we all are in the business of people. Some of us are just pretending to be in the business of people. But if you're truly in the business of people, then you're going to reach out to the people who no longer have use for you and maintain that relationship to some degree, even if it's just, I care about what you think. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what it is you thought. And they'll tell
Yep.
you exactly and open and honestly. And then your job is not to lash out, but to take that, onboard it, and go, okay, even if I fix, like you said, the onboarding call, this one little thing, my next customer could stay on instead of refund.
Yeah.
So not only does it help you potentially get new clients, new referrals, because people who have fired me have referred people based on this. You've had it happen. I've had it happen where someone who literally has no more use for you knows people who have use for you.
Exactly.
They're not a lost part of your network. And then it further goes to A, repair any kind of damage, B, put a tendril of care out there into the world, and C, the very least or very best scenario, I guess, is that it could reintroduce someone back into your world who otherwise wouldn't have stayed there. Retention, right? Retention's a good thing too. Going out and getting new ones is always great, but retention should be the goal. And that serves both. So that's kind of neat one. I like that one.
Speaking of drumming up new customers, so the tech concierge has been going on for a couple of years. It's kind of steady, know what I'm doing, it's set up, I'll improve it. I listen to feedback, like you said, listen to feedback from clients and past clients and constantly improving it. But I was like, okay, I'm ready to launch something else because, I love new stuff.
Yeah.
So when we started back with the Trep Tech podcast, well, that was a big launch for me. And I was like, ooh, that'll put us in front of new people. So podcasting, hint, hint. And then with that, I was like, you know what? Let me do the podcasting success kit. Toolkit, podcasting success toolkit. We always mess that up, right?
I've
Well,
never
you
said it.
always mess that up.
I have never said it right once.
But y'all get what we're talking about. And so, to kind of supplement and help other people get their voices heard and get their message out through podcasting. And then, of course, I was thinking, okay, how can I do a very, very low cost membership? And that will serve those clients. And some will overlap with all of those products. And then some will be how I bring in new people. They're like, oh, and what else do you do, Airial? And for
Absolutely.
instance, one thing I'm focusing on this year is participating in more bundles because I know I need to build my email list.
Mm-hmm.
And bundles are where different people donate high quality or free product. People opt into. So there's a main gate. And then once you get in through that main gate, then they can opt into whatever download, freebies, PDFs, whatever they want. That's usually a very good list builder. That's what I've been focused on more. I did one for, I think it was like 100 podcast episodes. I dipped my toe into it and I got 40, 45 new people on my list. Of course, I know they want podcasting. So, of course, the Podcasting Success Toolkit is going to be across their desk very soon. And then for this bundle that I have coming up, which I've actually paid for a platinum VIP spot, top contributor at the top of everything, a live interview, all that kind of stuff. I felt that it was worth it because you have higher numbers. You typically have higher numbers of opt-ins. You're top of mind and the live video. So just increased visibility. I'm looking forward to that. A little nervous, but looking forward to it.
Nice.
So that's how I've been looking to drum up new clientele, reach a wider audience, reach different people, and serve different people.
So if my understanding serves me correctly here, it's like a summit, but it's useful. And everybody kind of collaborates and comes together and donates a product that they sell in their business as a freebie. And then the quality of your product obviously has a lot to do with your success in this bundle, but then you can pay for better promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. Okay. And then you're choosing the Podcasting Success Kit to do this.
Well, actually, what I'm donating is the How to Start Your Own Successful Podcast, the planner, which is in the toolkit.
Nice.
And thanks for helping me decide what to offer.
Yeah, totally.
So don't act like you don't know.
No,
but,
it's nice. It's nice for everybody about to get it.
Yeah. And then from there, of course, upselling the Podcasting Success Toolkit and promoting the next live round of the boot camp, which when you purchase the Podcasting Success Toolkit right now, it may change in the future, but right now, when you purchase the toolkit, you get a complimentary invitation to the live boot camp where people have access to me and you to help them actually launch or improve their podcast.
I love that you named it a boot camp.
Yeah, of course.
Because Airial's going to be like, hi, everybody. This is welcome to boot camp. It's the first day. This is Scott. And Scott's just going to be like, what do you have done?
Actually, I've been working on something that I think is be real fun. A lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell the secret right now,
All
but
right.
I'll let you know.
So yeah, so bundles are a good way to do this. And I've never participated in a bundle, so I'm glad you are going out there and doing that because it's definitely not my jam, but it does sound very promising in terms of getting your product out there. And if your product is peppered with calls to action to your stuff too, that's even better. And then it builds your list. So people who like you are going to opt into your stuff. And if you're, like I said, your freebie leads to sales pages all over the place, then That is a powerful piece of advertising in and of itself. There's a lot of opportunity for growth from that. I like that.
And it's opportunity for you too, because of course we've partnered and collaborated together on this. Your name would
Yay.
be dropped a ton.
Yeah. And so
You
that's
don't even have to do anything yet.
no, not yet. Not yet. Not until I have to deliver the boot camp stuff. God help us all. But
So
yeah, so
very excited about that.
that leads me to something else that is kind of fun. And that is that you have invited me to start writing emails about the podcast to your list. So that's
Yes.
kind of relevant for myself. What that's doing for anyone who's listening, Airial and I are two separate entities. I know we seem like we're one and the same, but we run two separate businesses. So by me writing an email about this joint venture that we have every week or 2 weeks to her audience gives me the chance to A, promote the show, which is great. On the weeks we have a new episode, I'll promote that. On the weeks we don't, I'll go back to episode 1 and start from the beginning and get people kind of into our old funnels. So that helps drum up new customers in that way for Trep Tech and for Airial's world. But what that also does is it gives me a voice in Airial's list, which is much bigger than mine because I don't have one. Airial's list is actually more impressive than I thought it was. When I asked her and she told me, I was like, oh, okay, that changes how I'm going to write these emails a bit. Because if I'm only writing to 60 people versus 800, 900, 1,000, 1,600 people, that changes things a little bit. You have to try to appeal to each individual, but keep things relatively broad because you don't know where everyone's at and you kind of got to get to know that, right?
Right.
So, yeah. And so for me, that gives me a voice in her world where then I can drop affiliate links. And this is where you drumming up new customers for Airial happens too. Airial gave me affiliate links. So when I put them into the emails that I'm sending her, I get a nice amount of money from what her audience clicks on and goes, you know what, I'm buying into Airial's toolkit, or I'm buying into Airial's
Yep.
Thrive Card stuff, or I'm buying the Tech Concierge. Scott built a strong case for it in that email. I get my share of building that case. Airial gets a new customer.
Yeah.
What that also does is I produce this show, which is Trep Tech Podcast for anyone who's forgotten. I produce Podcast Bay, the podcast, and we produce a show for a streamer, Rage Effects, called Rage Effects Radio. And our link tree is on every
And
single
don't
one of those
forget
podcasts.
Unbreakable Man. Come
Unbreakable
on.
Man, we do produce it. We do produce Selling to Corporate as well for Jess Lorimer. We do produce Inclusion in Progress for Kay Fabella, but we don't have links on their stuff.
Ah.
We have links on these three things. That leaves 3 podcasts out there that my company produces, leading back to our link tree, which Airial's show and the Podcast Success Kit are at the top of. That link is an affiliate link, which also gives me a little bit of money and gives Airial a little bit of money. So my point here is that having the affiliate links going out to different audiences, in this case, Airial's list, in this case, Podcast-based link tree, and 3 podcasts spearheading that effort, that is going to drum up new business in an unpredictable way. But
Exactly.
it's focused effort, you know, every time. And it's not even effort we necessarily have to do. Every time Jesse gets on the mic twice a month and puts out an episode, Podcast-based link tree goes out to his audience because they're all streamers. We want to produce streamers podcasts, absolutely. But those people are also getting the Success Toolkit. When Trep Tech comes out, same thing. When Podcast Bay the podcast comes out, whose audience is already primarily podcasters, so who needs a toolkit more than that? You know,
Ah.
you can see how this works.
Mhm. And we're
Yeah.
both playing on each of our strengths. You don't like creating products. I love creating products.
Yeah.
You're good with writing email and keeping that consistent. I'm not so good there, but it works. The power of collaboration, it works perfectly.
It does. And what I like about this is the affiliate links. I don't have a cart system set up for affiliate links yet because again, I don't have products. Where I'm loving this is that I get to go out and do what I do best, which is being a salesman. And then I get a commission on your products, which is super fun because it creates kind of a customer for both of us.
Yeah, because I have the infrastructure.
Absolutely, you do. And I don't want to set it up. I like having one-off services that I can offer and close as I wish with no much headache, you know? Like if I want to close the door to podcast production services because this is a rough year or I have a lot planned, I don't have to go and then interrupt a bunch of funnels and do a bunch of things. I just get to go, yeah, I'm full. You
Yeah.
know? So I like the simplicity of that model, but I love having affiliate links because I get to go use my talents even when I don't have anything on the go, because there's always someone out there with an empty funnel who needs customers. And so even when
Exactly.
I'm full, you're not.
Yep.
Half the people that I work with could use your help with something. You know, if they don't already have in-house tech, which either it's already you in the case of one of my clients, I've already sent you a couple of the boys from the team who are going to need help. It's just whether or not they've discerned what they want to pay you for yet. And then Jess has in-house tech. So we're not going to get much help there.
Hmm.
Jess has in-house everything. Jess has a corporation. Jess is awesome. I love her. Yeah.
Maybe I still pitch to her because I think I'm pretty damn good when it comes to tech.
I think you are. I think you are. And I think the time difference helps because everything you do happens tomorrow before she wakes up.
Yep, exactly.
That's the thing, right? Is right now, Ariel just told me, refer your people, damn it. She literally just prompted referrals. She did it in a way much less eloquent than me. However,
Just do it, damn it.
do it, damn it. They're like, send them my way. Like, what are you waiting for? Right. That is a referral prompt between friends. That is literally what that was. If you're slick enough to catch that. Now I feel pressured and I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna be like, do you guys need tech help? Ariel's yelling at me.
Drumming up new customers. There we go. Referrals, creating new products. And of course, the products that I created, I always keep an ear to the ground. So it's not just me creating something because I want to create it just off the fly. I've looked into and researched and listened to people, what their problems are, what they're missing from this service or that product. And then I create one. So
Absolutely.
creating products that people want
Pitching them into
and
bundles.
yeah, and referrals. Listen to the feedback from all clients, good, bad, and ugly, and past. What else am I missing?
Passive, your email list, which yes, there's an active component, and podcasts. So having those vehicles
Yes.
out there to communicate your message with links to your stuff in them, always, always, always. Show notes are evergreen. They're out there forever. The second you do it, that CTA is out there forever. Okay. That's very important. I can't stress that enough. So that creates a passive income stream or a passive lead stream. And then proactive. So your emails are proactive. Your calling your refunds back are proactive. Messaging people who have no more use for you, that's proactive. Going into groups, like Ariel said at the very beginning,
Yeah.
very niche groups. Remember, she said Member Vault, Thrivecart. These are services that require support that Ariel knows how to do. So if you're an editor and you go into a group of authors and they all have editing questions, well, I feel like you've hit your jackpot, don't you? So,
Exactly.
so, so answer their questions, and then they'll be like, I don't want to do this. Can you do it? Yes, I can. Come with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It is that simple in a way, but be proactive. Reach out to customers who love you and ask them if there's anything else you can do for them or if they know someone. You want to be active. The worst place you can be in business is sitting back on your haunches, just kind of waiting around for people because there's no guarantee they'll come or there's no guarantee they'll come at the volume and times you need them to. And this is
Yep.
what I mean when
That's
I
very
say
important.
that Ariel is always in this state. So what I do is I have a habit, and it's a bad habit. It's a terrible habit, and it is one of many. But this particular habit is I get comfortable with having my 8, 10, 20 clients at a time, whatever it is that my life dictates I need to have right now, and I'll float along with those. And then when that client leaves, I'm like, "Oh shit, I have to fill the pipeline now."
Then you're acting out of desperation, which is never good.
Well, I don't get desperate, luckily. So like there's no
Okay.
again, I went and got a corporate job because I realized I needed more access to more capital. that would normally set someone into a state of desperation where they're like, oh no, I need more clients. Holy fuck, what do I do? I just went, "I'll do this over here till that happens."
Yeah.
So that saves me because we could go on a whole conversation about how bad desperation smells. I always make sure I'm not desperate, but you're correct. That is not the time to start thinking about getting new clients. The time to start thinking about getting new clients would have been before I got fired
Mm-hmm.
or let go or relieved of services or terminated or whatever you want to call it. If the person decides like, hey, I no longer need you, that's when I go, okay, time to fill that spot.
Yeah.
When I could have had a wait list. And that's one thing you do right, because you mentioned wait lists earlier, is you are always marketing and prospecting for new people, and they might not be ready for you yet. But because you're already marketing to them when they are ready, if you're ready, it's perfect. Some of them will be ready for you right now. And either you are or you aren't. But if you are, great, accommodate them. And then some of them, they may never actually need you, but they have people who need you in their network. You will never be hard up for a tech concierge client when you have room for them because
True.
you have a wait list for these things. In your case, it's just a matter of, does the cost reflect the effort? Are enough people signing up to these things that you feel good about it and it's paying for itself? And if it is, great. It takes the stress out. You've always got people in the pipeline.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you say, I'm always doing this and doing that. It's not in a stressful way. I can't do anything too stressful because it won't work. And I crash and burn. It's like this kind of flow that works. It's natural because I love helping with tech and because people hate it so much. It's a natural conversation to go into. And I do believe, even with stuff like the $9 a month Thrive Card Template Club, that people will maybe come to know me by that and then realize the tech concierge and the other stuff that I do, invest into those services. We'll see. I'll keep y'all posted.
Awesome. So that covers drumming up new customers. I know some of you might have been thinking of like some really cut and dry stuff, but we do things differently around here. If you're not aware by now, go back and listen to some of the podcast marketing stuff. We do
Yeah.
things very differently around here. So these are the most effective ways that Ariel and I have found to drum up new customers, new eyes and ears on your stuff. Let us know. Give us feedback. What did you think? And have you done any of this stuff? If you want to know where to connect with us, you can find it in the show notes alongside the CTAs for everything we've mentioned in this episode thus far. And again, the 2 blog posts that Ariel will hopefully send me after this episode is done recording. So with that, I have nothing else to add. So have a good one, everybody.
Deuces.